Hello, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Sunday afternoon. I had a good day yesterday. I almost cleared the to-do list. I have 4 videos left on the list that I need to add links to, but I consider that a win because I added 3 items to the list after I made it, and I did those 3 items. So having 4 items left on my list, not a problem. And I think I'm going to sneeze. That may be a problem. Okay, so in the midst of all the busyness yesterday, I saw a post on Facebook where someone was offering up half a bag of yarn. Apparently someone gave her yarn and she took what she wanted and now she was offering up the rest. So I said I'd take it. So then in the afternoon, I went over to her house and I picked it up. And I have glanced through it a little bit, but I have not done a full search. A full search I saved for you guys. So let's start with this bag. There is a paper grocery store bag that's pretty much full. It's been so long since I did one of these where somebody gave me yarn. Now, this is a sparkly silver gray eyelash yarn. Gray Hedgehog. This is what I saw in the video that I was like, oh yeah. Same thing, a sparkly eyelash yarn. What's next? St. Patrick's Day, an Irish hedgehog. This is a sport weight blues, and it has a little bit of a metallic thread running through it. Chameleon, maybe? So it's got the subtle dragon, subtle color changes going from one end to the other. This feels like it's either fully cotton or a cotton blend. Just a little bit of blue. I think this is just white worsted weight yarn. Just a little ball of purple. Worsted weight acrylic. You know, I will use a little ball like this. That would probably make a whale. The All from Jade baby whale. Or a stingray. I'll use it. This cotton, it is a tan, teal, and turquoise. I have an idea for this. Yep. I'm not saying though. I don't know why. All these are in a Ziploc. I wonder if they're all cotton. Yeah, that blue might be cotton. There's like an off-white. I'll have to do a burn test. Because if it's acrylic, it will burn to a hard little plasticky knob. If it's cotton, it will burn to ash and smell like you're burning some clothes. This one definitely feels like cotton. This one feels like acrylic though. It's a worsted weight that it looks like it has a strand of baby blue, but then there are 2 strands that mix up colors, like have a color fleck. I'll use it. You know me, little scraps. I find a use for them. This is a ladder yarn, in a very sparkly, like a stained glass color. I have made with this like a little snake before, and that worked out well. So I'll figure something out for that. Okay. I may end up making a striped snake with ladder yarn, because here we have some in a pink or purplish, and here is more of the stained glass type. the first thing that has a label on it: Rani, made in Italy for S.R. Kartzer Ltd. The collection. So it is another ladder yarn where it's just 2 threads on the top with little rungs going through it. I could use this to make snakes, a dragon, a basket. You know, for April, I'm going to have to add to make one of my goals for April, to use up at least one novelty yarn, because I do have a lot of novelty yarns around here to use up. There's a little ball of black. I think it's acrylic worsted. Another little ball of black. A light worsted weight or DK. Not quite sure which for that. That little ball, I think it's cotton. And another little ball of black. I go through a lot of black, so that's not a problem. Here we have 4 in a Ziploc bag. I use the Ziploc bags. Okay, one of these had a label. This is Spice, 100% nylon. It is a ladder yarn. I don't think it has a color. It's just color 02. Distributed by Knitting Fever. knittingfever.com. But I have 4 cakes. This is the kind of stuff that they put on a little cardboard tube. 4 cakes of that color. I want to try to make a dragon of this. There should be enough. I want to make a dragon. Okay, I'm not going to put that one in the basket I'm tossing everything into. Oh, this is the Scrubby yarn. Okay. Maybe that other stuff. I said it was eyelash yarn. I wonder if that's Scrubby yarn too. This definitely feels like Scrubby. So it looks like I'll be making some red Scrubbies. Purple eyelash yarn. And I have some purple yarn up by my chair that I want to use up, because it's, oh boy, it's like a, what's the thinnest? It's like a fingering weight, and I have to triple it in order to get it to where I like to work with it. So if I did 2 strands of that and 1 strand of this, that would probably work out quite nicely. Hedgehog. More purple. The traditional eyelash yarn. I see purple hedgehogs on the horizon. This is some more of that pinkish purple ladder yarn. So it sounds like my idea of a purple striped snake or gecko or something like that is, I have enough for it. Ooh. There's something besides yarn in here. This is more of a ribbon yarn in gold. This might be good for a basket or a bird's nest. Does this go with this? Fun fur prints. No, I don't think this is a fun fur print. This is just regular fun fur. Or maybe it is print. Is there a color on this one? Excuse me, here come the readers. Fun fur prints. It just lists a, oh, indigo. Okay. I guess this is the fun fur print. So, a blue hedgehog or a monster with blue hair. Ooh, more purple fun fur. This is like violet. Ooh, how many purple hedgehogs can I sell? This is more of the ladder yarn, and this is a gold, green, black color. That would go good for some sort of reptile. Maybe a turtle. I've never made a turtle with the ladder yarn. Ooh, this is so soft. It's like a worsted weight that has the extra fuzz on it. I'm going to have to think on that one. A purple bunny. Yes. It'd be a very, like an Angora purple bunny. I like want to put this out and like, okay, next up is a purple bunny. Okay, it's out. This might be scrubby yarn. It's hard to tell, but it has that rough nylon feel to it. So I think that is scrubby. Oh, pretty. This is a thinner yarn. I don't know, it looks like a little thinner than sport weight. There's no label. It's got a little bit of a halo to it. And it's rainbow colors, and it looks like it has a rather long striping to it. Ooh. I got to make up something pretty. That might go into a garment rather than an amigurumi. Here is, I said there was something in there besides yarn. There is a little Ziploc bag of crochet hooks. And there's a bunch of ergonomic crochet hooks. Okay, here come the readers again. Don't poke your eye out. 3mm. Looks like this one had a wiggle problem and they hot glued it there. 2.5. So we got 2.5, 3. Where's another little one? 3.5. What's the next size up? This one? 5. Oops, I missed this one. 4. So, what was it? 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, then 5, 5.5, and 6. So there is a set of 7 ergonomic crochet hooks. Wow, that's going to help when I'm working on something I can't find, especially the smaller sizes. 2.5, 3, 4 are sort of hard to come by. And 3 just plain hooks. This one doesn't list, well, none of them. Oh, that's a Susan Bates. One of them is listed as a Susan Bates. This $6mm. But they don't, what's a 6mm? Is that a J? I like going by the letters, not the numbers. This is 5 millimeters. I think that's an H. And this is 5.5, which would be an I. So, okay. H-I-J. These, the smaller hooks without the ergonomic handles, do tend to cramp up my fingers a bit. But I think that the shaft of these is too big to put silicone beads on. So I might give my husband the little pouch of silicone beads I have left and ask him if he can like Dremel out the hole in them to make it a little wider and see if I can get a handle on those. Or I'll have to see if I can find in a store like the pencil grips that you put on a pencil. Those might work on there. This is not quite an eyelash yarn. It's like a thread of yarn that has little flags on it in white and black. You gotta think on that. Gotta think what would look good in a sort of a marbled black and white palette. Oh, there's still more? But wait, there's more. Ooh. You know how I said that one before? I wanted to make very soft purple bunnies. White bunnies too. I think these are the same yarn. Okay, that's going with the purple. I'm making some bunnies. Ooh. Spice. I think this label came off something else because the spice were a ladder yarn before. This is a ladder yarn, but instead of consistent rungs, there's a little silky rung and then there's a little pom-pom rung. So that is going to make for a very, if I do amigurumi with it, it's going to end up with a very bumpy. Ooh, I wonder how a purple leggy frog would work up in this. Because then it would be like a warty toad. Okay. This came out before. Now I'm thinking this is scrubby yarn. So, I should have kept the scrubby yarn to the side. I think I'm going to be having a basket at my upcoming shows with scrubbies. This is a brown and white. It's tweedy. It's all put together. Can you say chicken? More of the blue sparkly scrubby yarn. Its stuff is hard to work with, but eventually you get through it. More purple eyelash yarn. I think this is the same that I had before. It's a blue, shades of blue that has a little bit of metallic running through it. Getting to the bottom. Purple, very purple. This is like a dark violet eyelash yarn. Okay, I want to make a monster with purple hair now. This one has a label to it. The label looks like the labels they used to have on A.C. Moore yarns. When you went to A.C. Moore, there'd be an end cap with $1 skeins of yarn. And that's what the label looks like. Knitting. Funky fringe yarn. And it is just a strand of yarn that has little squares on it in purple. That's something I would add to another yarn to add some texture to a critter. Looks like the same thing, but this is pastel rainbow colors. The wheels are turning. I wonder how that would look worked up with a solid color yarn, like a solid white for a little coffee cup. This, okay, it is a ladder yarn, but it looks more like a boucle. The ladder has like a zigzag in it. So it looks like a boucle from far away, but it is actually a ribbon ladder type yarn. And last, but certainly not least, because I think there are 4 of these, green scrubby yarn. So now I'm going to have to sort through these, like get the eyelash yarns together, get the ladder yarns together, get the scrubby yarns together, and okay, maybe for April, I will make it my goal. I'm starting to make up April plans to use up 1 ball or cake or whatever skein of scrubby yarn, ladder yarn, and eyelash yarn. And the Grand Ami Venture starts in April. I've already picked the project planned by my granddaughter. It's going to be Ankylosaurus. Hey, I'm starting the beginning of the alphabet. And it's going to be forest green. What was it? Forest green with a yellow shield and pink bumps. So I have to pull the yarn for that. April starts on Tuesday. Yep. So I've got today and tomorrow. And I finished 2 items yesterday. I did finish the little butter lamb that was on my list. And I tried a new pattern yesterday. And I messed up. This still needs to be glued. This gets glued to the base here. And this, I'll have to see if I can get this in straighter. There we go. I will probably, I have some of these sticks that are cut in half. You know, the whole thing. Well, I suppose that's about the right size. So it is supposed to be it will be glued. It's supposed to be a caramel apple. Well, I think that there should be a little less red on the top, and I missed 1 increase row. It's supposed to get wider here, and it didn't. So I may make another one. Just do it right the next time. I have to glue the stick in. I'll see if I can find the smaller sticks. There are some sticks that my husband, it's a lollipop stick, cake pop stick. My husband cut a bunch in half for me. I'll find one of those. Then I can just put it in a little bit and glue it. And the bottom, where the caramel like pools, that's supposed to be glued. I just finished this last night, and I did not get around to getting the glue gun out. So, wonder if I'd have to glue it like that. So no. Okay. So that is on my to-do list to get those 2 finished up. This, I think I'm going to put this in my $5 bin because it's an oopsie. I didn't do that last round, or the last round of increases, so it looks more like a red-topped acorn than an apple. You win some, you lose some. Some are called non-counterweight. Okay, I'm going to change out of my church clothes and get ready to make our, well, I don't have to do much to make lunch. Went down to the freezer this morning to get chicken to put in the crock pot so that we could do our traditional Sunday afternoon chicken dinner. No chicken. Yeah. So I had a package of chuck roast in there. Came up, tossed that in the crock pot, dumped in some red potatoes and some baby carrots, put it on high with some minced dried onions, ranch seasoning, and beef broth mix. So all I have to do is make the gravy and scoop it out, and we got dinner. Yay, I love easy meals. And then I can play with yarn. I'm going to play with yarn today. So, bye-bye. I I have a lot of sorting to do now. But this really was a blessing, and I'm going to have fun with this yarn. Yeah. So, bye bye. I'll see you tomorrow.